Hey, everybody. I love technology. Joanaé King, there she is. Okay, there she is. There she is. Hey, thank you so much for your patience, everybody. This is Tanya Barnett with the Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett show. The show must go on. I have my special guest, my sister. You see her sitting up there with her Black Lives Matter shirt on. I'm so super excited. Thank you for those who have already joined us. And I'm very excited to introduce her to you all. She is a mover and a shaker. She has a nation called, oh no, she'll be back. She has a nation called Notorious. She is doing it. Yes, she's coming back. Thank you, Shantae. We are fighting these technical difficulties. We're gonna get through this. Trust what you heard, okay? So I'm very excited to be able to bring her to you, Joanaé King. I'm still here. She should be jumping on any second. So I'm really excited to be able to introduce her to you all. If you have not heard from her, you are in for a treat. She is fantastic. She's a mompreneur, just as I am. And so I'm hoping that she will get back on here in a second. She should. You're in for a treat. And I really, truly believe the reason why we've been having several technical difficulties is because the message, it's like the enemy does not want the message to get out that we could be mompreneurs, and yes, we will get through it. Yes. Like it feels like he doesn't want but each other. I am here. Hey sis, thank you, Shantae, for joining. I am here providing a platform where we can uplift other women, African American women. It is a platform where you will hear us esteeming one another, giving each other tips and tools on how to be the best moms we could be while running our businesses. I'm not trying to be rude, but I want to just shoot her a text really quick, just to make sure she's good to go. So give me 2 seconds while she jumps back on. So I just sent her a text to just make sure she's okay. But yes, I mean, it's really important. There she goes. That we support each other, that we see it through. That's what she and I had to do. We seen it through. You there?
No, thank you.
You back?
Every time it just freezes up like that.
Oh no, and you were doing so good.
I don't know what's going
on. Okay. Okay, we're gonna figure this out. Hey, Kawanda, I know, right? She's trying to jump back on. We were talking and everything. Hey, it's okay. Now you're clear. You're clear on my end. Oh no.
Wait.
So she is working out her technical difficulties, but in the meantime, make sure if you have not caught the other mompreneur interviews, you have got to go back. You have to go. Yeah, she was back and now she's back out. You have to go to my YouTube channel, The Real Wife Movement, and check out these interviews. Your life will never be the same after you watch these interviews. And so there's my sister again. She's trying her best. It's okay, girl. We're going to get through it.
Okay. I think we got it. I think I'm here for real.
Click this.
Okay.
And that 2 times and then swipe it up. Okay.
Okay.
And
get it off of here though.
And go back to Safari, which is like
talk about. Listen here. Hi y'all. Talk about mompreneur. Okay. I am in here with my daughter Zanaya. She just left, and she is the one who is trying to get me together and keep me in place because she is just as passionate as about my dream as I am. So I'm here. And this is the real, okay? If I'm not giving y'all the real, then I don't know who is. Hi guys. Okay. Okay, I'm here.
All right, well, welcome, sis. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, hey guys, it's your girl Joanaé King of Notorious.com, all things Black love and lifestyle. I am based in Atlanta, Georgia. I am a mom. I am a wife. I am a entrepreneur. So we have 4 children. And basically my business is just based on changing the depiction of Black love and what it looks like in the community, in society. You know, we kind of get a bad rap, and my platform is just to change that one couple at a time, one wife at a time. So that's me. That's me. That's who I
am. Yay. And the beautiful thing about this, and I shared this yesterday when Cheryl Wood was on, is, you know, Cheryl said it's enough for everybody. And so I'm really pleased to have my sister on here, only because we do the same work. And I wasn't intimidated by what she does to bring her on. And so I did that on purpose. Thank you, Shantae, for putting her website up there. Thank you so much. And I did that on purpose. I mean, because she's fly like that too. But I just wanted to show that we aren't competing against each other. Actually, we have the same mission. And our mission is Black families, Black love, Black marriage. And so if we partner together and we're doing the same work, then everybody benefits. It's not she's taking people from me, I'm taking people from her. We're not in competition. On the contrary, we are working together. It's a partnership. She's in Atlanta, I'm in DC. So she's reaching people that I can't reach. I'm reaching people she can't reach. And eventually we're going to do an event together, and then we'll be able to reach even more people. So I was very clear about who I invited to do this series with me. And I really wanted to get my sister on here because I've had people ask me, well, you're a wife coach. What is all that? And what you doing? And how you telling people about, look at her nodding, you know, how you telling people about marriage? Because I remember when you and Dawn and y'all used to fight like happy dogs and all that other stuff. But it's like, Dawn and I are on the other side. So who better to help other women get their stuff together? Because that's what my sister did. That's what I do. I help women take personal, responsibility for their relationships. So thank you again, sis, for being in the struggle with me. We will not go down without a fight. We will uplift Black families. That's why her shirt says Black Lives Matter. Make sure you
That's right. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. It's like you said, we both have the same mission, and together we can reach way more people than if we were trying to be in competition. You know, it's so many people out there trying to, oh, well, I'm not going to tell this person, and I'm not. No, the goal is to collectively change the depiction of Black love. That is the goal. So if we're both striving towards the same goal, then we'll reach more families. We'll reach more men. So that's really what it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I like the fact that she's very passionate. So can you tell us how you got into being just a little bit? You're back.
Am I still here?
You're back. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so tell us how you got into being, working on marriages and relationships.
Well, my journey, they say every test has a testimony and all of that stuff. My journey is that I once was married previously, and it was a toxic relationship. It wasn't something that I was proud of, and it was something that I joined into without knowing the work that it really took to be a wife. So when I realized everything that I did wrong in my first marriage, I took those lessons and brought it into my previous and last marriage. Amen.
I know that's right.
I took that into my current marriage, and I just chose to implement those tips and strategies that I learned from before. So, I am the person that is where people want to be, because I've also been where they are now. So I can talk from those, I can talk from the space of a divorced woman because I've been there. I can talk from a space of a single mother because I've been there. I can talk from the space of a blended family because I am there. So these three things that people reach out to me for is the reason why I started my platform, really.
Wow, that is fantastic. It looks like she's freezing up just a little bit, but we're going to have faith that her internet, that this thing will work out. She is dropping some good knowledge about why she is an authority in her field, because she's experienced a little bit of everything. and she's come out on top. So I'm really excited about her sharing that information with us. So Joanaé, you are doing fantastic work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So can you tell us how you manage with 4 children? How do you manage a household, being a mompreneur, and your 4 children?
Woo. Well, prayer. Let's start with prayer.
Okay.
But no, seriously, it's just knowing that you cannot tackle all of the spaces in your life at the same time. You can't possibly think that you can be, working on a webinar while you're cooking dinner, while you're trying to plan date night. You can't do it all at the same time. So it's just really a balance. I set up where, my daughter may have dance class, and while she's in dance, I may write something for my blog, natorious.com, or if we're at football practice, it's just a balance. You have to find that in between without anyone feeling as though they're lacking, because they do understand, because you can see my daughter help me with the technology today. They do understand what I do, but they don't want to feel left out, and I try my best to make them feel comfortable in that regard.
Wow, that is key, that you said that you want to make sure they understand. And I think a lot of times that comes from us needing to communicate to our children or with our children what our goals are. And I think it helps them also, because they're like, wow, mommy has a goal, and she's working towards her goal. Your screen is frozen, but we can hear you clearly. So I don't know if you wanted to go out and come back in, but we can hear you clear. Your screen is frozen. Jump back out and jump back in, or did you want to keep going? It's a great picture of you though.
We can keep going, because you know what? I don't know. We can keep going if you don't mind.
Okay. I apologize for the technical difficulties. This is a brand new technology. I mean, it's working. The message is getting across. So my sister gave me permission to continue on. So I'm going to continue on. So you said you communicate with your children, you make sure they're comfortable. Do you specify time or set aside time for each child individually, or do you do a lot of hands-on with everybody?
I do hands-on with everybody, but I also make sure that they all have their specific time. Like me and my daughter will spend time when it comes to doing her hair, and I take my sons to their basketball practice and make sure that they realize that I am giving them their specific times to have me by themselves, because there's a lot of times that I get stretched thin. We all do. Kind of get pulled in different directions, but I do want them to know that I'm still very involved and very interested in what they're doing. So that's something that I take seriously.
That's very good. So with prior to, at the beginning of the conversation, we not valuing outside people, not valuing what you're doing. So tell us how do you navigate that? How do you work through that? How do you ignore, or what how do you not allow what people's opinions are about the work that you're doing affect you? Because I know a lot of times, with my girlfriend's gonna think I'm corny, or my family member doesn't support, they don't read my blog, they don't buy my stuff, they don't come to my events. How do you navigate through that?
The only thing I can say is that I learned very early in the game that my family and friends are not my target audience. I was not put here to serve them. If they want to jump on board, then that's great. But at the end of the day, you have to meet people where they are, and don't demand. You can't demand somebody or force somebody to support you. That's just not the way it goes. So it's hurtful in the beginning. It was definitely hurtful to me and how I was feeling as a new entrepreneur. This is something I wanted to do. And I even got the, girl, how you going to talk about marriage and you've been divorced before? I'm like, oh,
wow,
that was mean. But
wow,
yes, I've gotten that before. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that you were put here to serve, and what you're serving and who you're serving. So the naysayers, they're never gonna disappear. The naysayers are not gonna go anywhere. And if I let them influence my direction, I'd be on a hamster wheel. I'd be running fast, going nowhere. So that's not the dream, and that's not the legacy that I want for my family. So push past them. Just got to push past.
Oh, I love that. I love that. So what does a typical day look like for your household?
So the typical day is getting everyone up and ready for school. No one's homeschooled, no one's in daycare or anything like that. My youngest child will be 10. So everyone's pretty much self-sufficient. And once they leave, I probably leave right behind them, head out to Panera because that's my favorite working space. And if I stay at home, I don't get as much done. So I'll head out, get a couple hours in, do some content, take some calls, and head back home. And then after that, it's time for dinner and dating and quality time. That's pretty much my day. And the kids go to bed at 9, and then I try to spend some time with my husband when no one's around. And that's the day. It's really low key because my kids are a little older, and like I said, they understand what's going on. But if I work outside of the home, it has to be, Starbucks or Panera or something like that where I can get some work done versus staying home and then I'll be trying to wash dishes instead of write content.
Right.
So,
Right. Wow, that would free some people. I know it'll free me up because I know when I'm home, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put a load of clothes in before I get started, and then when I hit a wash machine in, I'm gonna go put that load in, to put another load in. Oh, Dad, you know what? Let me go put these clothes away, and before you know it, it's like 11 o'clock, and then then it's 12:30, and then I'm like, oh my God, my kids get home at 2:30. And the day is shot.
Exactly.
So I think what I'm gonna do this summer, when I have the time, since I work in a school, I think I'm gonna take that practice into consideration and go to like the local library. I think they open at 9, and take the time to get some work done. I think I'm gonna start that this summer actually. That is great advice. That is great advice. So ladies, if you're struggling with trying to find that time. I think Monet, when she was on here last week, she said that she actually hires a babysitter that comes in 2 days a week and is downstairs with her kids while she's in her office working. So we have to get uncomfortable to make our dreams come true and to make our businesses work. You just have to find out what that uncomfortable looks like for you.
Right.
So that is great. So talking about being uncomfortable, how do you stay motivated? What keeps you motivated on those days where you just like, you know what, my phone's not ringing, I don't feel like writing another blog post? How do you stay motivated?
I pretty much stay motivated just every time I lose that zeal to write or to do a webinar or anything. It always, God sends somebody, the universe will send somebody in my inbox or in my email that'll be like, I'm so stressed. Like my clients keep me motivated. It's like, as soon as I get to that point where I'm kind of, just lackluster, I'll get that email. Like, I found you on Instagram, I found you on Facebook, and I just really like your message and I'm struggling. So just really, a constant reminder that I was put here to serve. That is my motivation. That keeps me motivated. And honestly, I didn't come this far to fail. There's a lot of people, like you said, the naysayers, there's a lot of people that's waiting on you to be like, I knew that wasn't nothing. I knew that wasn't, going to be anything. But my clients and the people who actually look to me for advice is who keeps me motivated, really.
And Kwanda said, I feel the same. Her mom tribe rocks. So definitely having that tribe is very important. Those who are grinding it out, they understand what it means to go to bed a little late, wake up a little early, deadlines.
Have technical difficulties on live. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, even in that, you know, we help each other keep our cool. Like, okay, girl, you know, it's not that heavy. We're gonna get through this.
Right.
And having those people who will say, "Yo, we're gonna get this done. Let's press. Let's, you know, what can I do to help you?" I think that's really important too. So, do you have a tribe? I know you have the nation. So, what does your tribe look like?
My tribe, like my riding tribe, or like my audience tribe, because it's a difference.
Okay. Well, tell us what both are.
Okay, so my riders, it's like 5 entrepreneurial women that have my best interest in mind. That in itself, they're my peers. But honestly, none of my tribe are people that I've ever met in person. If that makes any sense, if that's something that someone can recognize. Mine is one, Kalila Wright. I've met her. We talk every day, and that's my girl. But outside of her, but I still met her on Facebook. We met during Blogalicious last year. So
okay.
Oh, now I lost sound on you, girl, but I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so my tribe is about 5 or 6 entrepreneurial women, mompreneurs, wifepreneurs, and we keep each other motivated. Now, my nation, because you know, Natorious, my nation, they are between 25 and 40-year-old women that are either in committed relationships or newly single or married and looking to maintain that health. That's what they look like. And they come to me and keep me motivated. If I don't post all day, I'll get at least 3 emails like, "Hey girl, where you at? I'm looking." So I love it. So they keep me motivated. Yes,
wow.
My girls do rock. Thank you so much, Kawanda. I don't know if I'm still frozen, but I can see what y'all are saying. So I appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Yes,
and it's so funny, even on all of these Facebook Live interviews, it's the same people. And I'm just like, yo, she's been on like 15 interviews learning. And these are entrepreneurs. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, entrepreneur moms are supporting other entrepreneur moms. But then you have other people that say, oh, I want to do what you're doing. And they don't show up, you know, and it's like, this is free. This doesn't cost you anything. You can listen in your car, you know, put a headphone in while you're cooking dinner, whatever.
Exactly.
And so, and I guess it shows. It shows in, you know, Kwanda. It shows in you. It shows in Shantae with, you know, her company Cocoa Pie Clothing, and her girls are now working. And so, tribe is really, really important. And like you said, a lot of people I have not met. I've talked to, you know, Kwanda on the phone, talked to you on the phone, talked to you online. But it's like, it's a sisterhood. It's a bond that is so different than your everyday homegirls, you know.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yep.
So we have a question. Kwanda says, what started you blogging?
What started me blogging? Okay. I started blogging honestly because I've always been a writer, and I've always wanted to get my thoughts out. So my blog initially, it wasn't to be monetized or anything like that. It was honestly, I was struggling with my blended family at the time. And I was like, you know what? I am going to write about this because I know that it's helping me just to get it out, you know, just as a therapeutic way to get my thoughts out. And then I started to get feedback from it and people wanting me to do more. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm here. So that's how I started blogging, just really an outlet for my thoughts and feelings at that time.
That is so good. That's so good. So you use it in a therapeutic sense. That is fantastic. And I know that I started blogging when I started my weight loss journey back in 2013, and I was discouraged. You know, friends were like, well, who's going to read that? And ain't nobody going to read that. And so I stopped. And I wish I had not done that, because I'm certain, people would have been blessed by watching me go through that journey and then seeing the other side of that journey. So
but you know what? When you look at things like that, things that you used to do, like I had in 2009, I started a YouTube channel for my hair, natural hair. And I used to say, I wish I wouldn't have stopped, but it's a reason why you need to be, you and I are both known for this game. Like, we're good at many things, but this is our ministry and this is what we need to be known for. So you could have blessed people, but you're still blessing people. So, I used to say the same thing, like, oh, I shouldn't have stopped. I would have had a million zillion followers if I would have kept going. That was 10 years ago.
Right.
But, everything happens in its time. So it's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But it also shows the power of discouraging words too. And
yes.
I allowed those people who I thought valued me, to talk me out of it. And so it really shows the power of who you have around you. Those same people are no longer in my life.
Yeah.
And that happened gradually. So did your circle change, and how did you feel, if your circle changed, how did you feel about your circle changing?
Honestly, that is something that I am struggling with right now. My circle is definitely way different. And I've always been that social butterfly. I've always been the life of the party. I'm always, commanding the attention of a room. That's just always been who I am. And now that my circle is changing, simply because my drive has changed. So it's kind of like those same people from before, they don't really understand or are not really as supportive. So I just kind of got to step back from that. But it's just a part of life. It's just a part of life. And I am struggling with it. It still hurts, to know that people you've known for 10, 20 years are not in your life and not going to be with you at the top. But it just comes with the territory, because if I got so caught up in what my old circle looks like, or trying to, feed into what they expect of me, that's a big deal. We feed into, okay, well, maybe I do need to call her more, and let me go ahead and check in with this one.
Girl, no, you are talking to me.
Honey, I know. But at the end of the day, you just have to persevere and push through. You can't get held up by people and how they feel about what you should be doing. Because if you say it out loud, it sounds crazy. Like, what, girl? You want me to be worried about you? I'm trying to run a business, a household, and a marriage. Like, what? I don't really have the time to nurture your feelings right now. So the people that still are around are the people that understand that. And I'm good with it. It still hurt my feelings sometimes, but I'm all right with it.
Right. Wow. I'm telling you, and I struggle with that. My husband be like, "You are tripping." He was like, "Man, dudes don't trip like that." That's what he used to say to me all the time. Like, dudes don't trip like that. He said, "Your ride or die understand," and they understand that if it's meant for them to be there when you get to the top, then they'll be there. If it's not, deuces, it was cool, whatever. And I was at a business conference today, and the lady there, her name was Miriam. Miriam said that at the time we're all on our own journey. So she said what happens is, she says, kind of like when you're in traffic and cars merge together and you're side by side, but you're always moving, and you get off on your exit, somebody else gets off on their exit, and then you may, later on reconnect. And if you don't, it's okay, but it's your journey.
Exactly.
And so, I just thought that was so cool that she put it that way. So she's like, you're side by side just for certain times in your life. Like I used to run with Black Girls Run for years. I actually started a chapter here back, actually we're going to celebrate 6 years. So I started a chapter 6 years ago, and I ran with Black Girls Run for 3 years straight. And so I felt kind of weird, because I started doing my entrepreneur stuff, and then I wrote a book. And so that my energies and efforts have changed and shifted. And so now people are like, "Oh, when you coming back? Oh, you too good." And I'm just like, no, I'm doing something different now. I still run. I just go in my neighborhood.
Right.
So I just, I don't have the time to drive, 30 minutes to come run with y'all. But it's just really, and I struggle with that so much. Actually, I went through a sort of depression behind that because I was doing everything with these women, and I realized I didn't do anything by myself. I didn't spend time with Tanya.
Yeah.
Everything I did was centered around these women. And so when they weren't in my life anymore, I went through a depression because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't.
What am I going to do? I don't have any friends. Yeah, you're preaching to the choir right now. What am I going to do? They're not talking to me for whatever reason, and I don't have any friends, and I don't, that is lame. At the end of the day, you build your tribe that's really going to be rooting for you. That's what's important. The people that really are going to respect your hustle, respect your drive, respect your family. Some people just expect, oh, you going on a date again? Listen, I'm interrupting myself. Tomorrow is my 1,000th day of marriage. Not tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah, that girl, we gotta clap that up. 1,000 days.
1,000 days of marriage, right? That's Saturday. So tomorrow we're going to Tennessee to celebrate. Now, I'm a Caribbean person. My family and friends, everybody's from Trinidad and Jamaica, whatever. But my family's from Trinidad. So this weekend is a big weekend in Atlanta. They're having this big party that we usually go to annually. And people are like, what? You're not going? They don't understand. Like, that's no longer at the top of my priority list.
Good.
That's not what's important. Now, 1,000 days of marriage, that's important to me.
Yes.
That's important. So yeah, I can come have fun and drink and dance, but celebrating with my king, just us two for a weekend, that trumps any party. So,
I love that.
Some people don't understand that, Tanya. Some people just don't respect and understand. I even was told, like, oh, you just celebrating anything. 1,000 days. Who celebrates that? Like, girl, bye, girl.
Right. Some people don't even do 100 days. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And if you're always finding a reason to celebrate, you really don't have a reason to talk about divorce or separation or anything like that. The focus has definitely shifted.
Wow.
So people don't see it that way. But yes, girl.
Wow. I'm going to have to Google how many days I've been married to Mr. Barnett. I'm going to have to look that up. It'll be 18. Look, it'll be 18 years next month. So that's a lot of days.
Yeah, that's a lot, honey.
That's why I don't have no hair. I'm just saying.
Don't have me cackling on this live broadcast.
Wow, that is a major accomplishment, and that just makes me happy as a Black woman to see another Black couple like, yo, we're celebrating 1,000 days. Girl, I can't wait till you post that, because I'm gonna be sharing that. That's just something to celebrate. We have to celebrate each other and our accomplishments and not hate on that. And if you want a good relationship, start celebrating those people who do have good relationships. Don't hate on them. Celebrate.
Exactly. That's all it really is. Like, why can't you celebrate people that are doing, defying the odds and changing the depiction? Like, why wouldn't you want to celebrate that? Like, we are expected to fail from the gate, from the jump. We're expected to fail. When you see people married over 10 years, it's not even like, wow, okay, that's great. It's more like, oh, they're still together. That's what we get. When you Google marriage, we don't come up right away. I'm just being real. We don't come up right away. It's really melanin deficient when you Google that statement. So, and 18 years is 6,570 days, by the way.
Woo! That's a lot. Let me write that down. 6,570 what?
Yes, 70 days.
Woo!
Girl, y'all lit over there.
Girl, that's Jesus. That's all that is. But it's so funny that you said that, because I sat today at this conference, and this guy, he was talking about him and his wife have been married 46 years and how he loves her. And, you know, someone had asked him a question, what's the secret to longevity? And he, you know, he went on and on about that. And he was like, you know, 46 years in, you know, me and my wife, we seen it to the end. And the lady next to me was like, well, my friend just got divorced after 43 years, so that's not true. And I was just like, wow.
Some people can't help it.
46 years with his wife.
Some people honestly cannot help it, Tanya. They cannot help but to spew venom on anything. If they're not happy in their situation, they're going to find the negative aspect of yours. That's just the truth.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to write that down. That was good, Joanaé.
That's a tweet. That's a tweet, girl. You better tweet that. I love it. So how do you find time for the honey? Because that's very important. You know, you said you have 4 children together. You're a mompreneur. How do you find time? I know you guys are going to celebrate your 1,000th day. But how do you find time for him on the regular?
I steal it. I steal time. No, seriously. He works 4 days on and 4 days off, and he works overnight. So when he's not home, we don't see each other in the evening. So when he wakes up, you know, I make sure if he's in here brushing his teeth, taking a shower, I'm in here just talking to him about my day, because we don't really have that time together 4 days out of the week. And then when he's home 4 days at a time, we do things like this. Hey, we're getting away for the weekend, or we'll go to the oyster spot up the street and around the corner, or we just make that time such a priority that we don't really find like, oh, we haven't done this and that. Like it's always a priority to spend time together. So like I said, I steal it. You know, the kids know that we'll all eat dinner together. And then once we go in the room, we're either watching a TV show or whatever. They understand all of it. And we make it our business to make them understand the importance of it. Because on the other side of the fence, you know, yes, honey, I do have to steal it. The other side of the fence, you know, my children's father, he is a single man still. So they had issues understanding, well, daddy has all this time for us, and mommy and SD, they call my husband SD for stepdad. So mommy and SD have, you know, they don't have enough time, and we make it our business to share with them, hey, this is my wife, this is my husband. We have to make time for each other. And because it's not the same on the other side, so now that they get it, they get the fact that it's not the dynamic is not the same. So yeah, just making that clear across the board. We need our time. You guys get your time, you know, and I even explain it like, you know, would you want me to be in your face when you're having a sleepover? I'm gonna come in there and eat popcorn with y'all. You don't want me around because you want to hang out with your friends. You know, SD is my best friend. So I want to hang out with him just like you want to hang out with your girls or your, you know, your homeboys. So when I put it that way, they get it. You know, you kind of got to speak kid. You got to speak child for them to understand exactly where you're coming from. So that's how I find time.
Example. I like that example that you gave. That may help some moms that are on here or catching this on replay. You have to make that time. I know when my kids were younger, you know, we made allowances for, you know, a movie or something that normally wouldn't be their normal time to watch a movie. But if my husband wanted me at that time, you know, they'd be like, Mommy, it's Wednesday. We don't watch TV during the school week. I'm like, you watching TV today. Right. You know, and so that works, you know, and now with them being teenagers, a lot of times we're like, okay, go walk the dog a couple times, go see your friends. Don't you want to go visit some friends? You know, so you have to be creative to get that time. Because with me doing my entrepreneur and I work a job, it's like I start working when I punch the clock when I walk out that door. So I'm thankful that my husband is very supportive, but he does tell me, hey, babe, I'm gonna need some time this week. And so I really have to make sure that I'm cognizant of that and give him that time. And then my husband and I go out on dates. I mean, the other day I was grinding and he was at the gym and he was like, hey girl, he called and said, hey girl, you want to go out to lunch? And I was like, yeah. He was like, get dressed. I'm going to pick you up. And we went out to lunch, you know, in the middle of a Saturday. So it really is being creative with your time. And my kids were like, where are y'all going? And we were like, we want to lunch. And they're like, for what?
They don't get
and my husband's like, can I take my wife out for lunch? You know?
Right.
And then we're setting the example for our children. I mean, if you say you and your husband are laying in bed watching TV, my husband and I do the same thing. I'll read a book, he's watching sports or whatever. They see that intimate time, you know. And sometimes our kids, like I said, my kids are 14, 16, 25. But the 14, 16-year-olds, sometimes they'll come and lay in between us. And so it creates this bond.
Right.
You know, the dog wants to get up there. You know, he kind of interrupts that. But, you know, we create this healthy environment where they're seeing Black moms and dads, husbands and wives loving on each other.
Exactly.
And I think it's important. My kids get grossed out if my husband, you know, smacks my butt or kisses me.
Oh,
my husband's like, that's my wife. He was like, I'm supposed to do that to my wife.
Yeah, they get grossed out. Oh my gosh, get a room. And my husband will say, all these are our rooms. This is every room in here is our room. So we got a room. We got multiple rooms.
I love it. I love it. I love it. But they definitely need to see that, because then it becomes a norm for them.
Exactly.
You know, and they get to see a healthy marriage. Because outside of our four walls, they don't see that. They hear so many. My son just said to me the other day, he came home shocked. He said, Mom, there's 2 pregnant girls at school. How did that happen? He was devastated, you know.
Right.
He's 14.
Right.
You know, and so we've had this sex talk with our kids, but I just said, you know, babe, I said, you know how many dads tell y'all, you know, that you should not have sex until you're married? Well, these girls chose not to wait, and now they're going to have children like married women have children. And so he was like, dang, you know, so I'm glad he got to see that.
Right.
Because he was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's really important to have these conversations. Our children are smart. They're so smart. I mean, your baby girl set you up for the interview. I mean, they're smart.
I mean, and she's 11, okay?
Right.
So,
I love it. All right. So, question for you. Who is a woman, dead or alive, who just inspires you? When you think about her, you have a smile and you're like, yeah, I can do this.
Well, that's a good question. I'm gonna go way back, way back. Harriet Tubman.
Okay.
People do not know that Harriet Tubman and my story are very similar. Harriet Tubman was married to a man, and he was a free slave. Okay, so he told her, all right, boo, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna come get you, right? So she's like, okay, I need to free my brothers and sisters though. So when I make it to Philly, I'll come meet up with you. All right. Some years pass by, and come to find out, he done married somebody else. This white lady, right? So then she finds her husband, her second husband, and he was supportive of her everything. You know, Harriet Tubman she had seizures and she would pass out in the Underground Railroad, and I compare that to myself because sometimes I don't have seizures or anything, praise God, but I will get discouraged and I want to slow down, but I'll see that I have so many other women to help and so many marriages to inspire that I can't stop. So when I say Harriet Tubman, you know, she was married before, but she didn't want to just leave everybody behind. So she stayed to help her brothers and sisters, and then come to find out the man that she loved went ahead and married somebody else. But if that didn't happen, she would have never found the one that supported her through her sickness, through her struggle, and through her journey. You know, they had a baby together. They started multiple businesses outside of the railroad. So people don't know that part of the Harriet story. But with me, that it's near and dear to my heart, because it's like you can't build that legacy with the wrong person.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you can't. And it won't be allowed if somebody, i.e. yourself, if you see greatness. Yes, and she never gave up. Exactly. She never gave up. And even though she found her husband married to somebody else, she kept pushing, and she ended up marrying one of the slaves that she helped free. So they were able to build their legacy together and have, she couldn't have children, but they adopted a child. And that is the person that she really does inspire me, even though I've never met her, nothing like that. But it's an inspiring story because I can resonate so well. And somebody who's alive, I love Felicia Rashad, just the way that she is, her grace and her elegance and the way she moves still. She's no longer Claire Huxtable. She's that, she just has that grace about her. And she never stopped working on her dreams and visions. And yeah, she got it. So those two people really inspire me on a day-to-day. I think about them.
Wow. The Harriet Tubman, wow. I didn't know she was an entrepreneur after the Underground Railroad. Wow.
Yes, she was. Yes,
wow.
Indeed. And, the universe put her in a situation where she had to choose serving or following, because she could have easily been free. People don't know that part. She could have easily been a free woman because she was married to a free man. She could have followed him to Philly, and there would have been no Underground Railroad.
Right.
If somebody else would have taken it over, she wouldn't have been known for that. But she followed her duty to serve. And then with that, she lost the wrong person and gained the one who believed in her legacy and believed in her dreams.
Wow.
So, baby, don't get me preaching on Harriet, because we be on here till 10 o'clock. Okay?
Girl, this is resonating. Dominique said, wow, serve or follow. That's heavy.
Yes, heavy. Wow. I'm telling you, that's my girl. That's Harriet. That's my girl. I really feel like people don't know that story. They just know, oh, she just freed the slaves. No, she gave up her marriage. In that, she lost the wrong man and found the right man because he believed in her enough to follow her. I have the way out. I have the Underground Railroad, and instead of being stuck in his ways, and following by like, oh, you're a woman, what you could do for me? No, he followed and he believed, and then they ended up being free and starting a business and raising a family. I mean, come on.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So heavy, Dom. Yes.
I
shorten everybody's name, Dominique.
Well, we call you Joe, so.
Yes, that's true.
Everybody call me either Ton or T, so.
Right.
that was, and you know what? When you say that, it makes me think about both my grandmothers. They worked for white people. That is entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Someone said that the other day. I can't remember who it was on one of these interviews, and she said that her grandmother cleaned people's homes. She said that was her business. My aunt used to bring their washing home, wash their clothes with the washboard, hang it outside to dry. Then she would iron it and then take it back and get paid. That's entrepreneurship. I never saw it that way. So
and
we have it in us
right now that does that. They come pick your laundry up, wash it, and drop it back off. That is a business. But we just were getting underpaid, overworked and underpaid at that time. But now it's time to flip the switch and change the game, and that's perfect.
Right. And too, in that, think about it, they were despised. I mean, people despise people who clean people's homes and, were raising their children and things of that nature. But they were making their own money. Granted, they were underpaid, but they were making their own money.
Exactly.
That is just fantastic to me. So, Joe, can you leave us with a quote, a song, a scripture, something, a mantra, an affirmation that keeps you going on your days where you're just like, I just don't know if I want to do this anymore, or the clients aren't coming in, or whatever it is. Those things where you're just like, wow, I'm tired, and I just want to, get on a boat and go to Tahiti for like a year and do nothing.
Right.
So can you leave us with something that motivates you, a quote, a scripture, or affirmation?
Sure. when I feel like giving up, I always say that you didn't come this far to stop now. It's not anything heavy. Well, it's heavy to me because it sits near and dear to me, but you've come too far to stop now. You know, I've been through, you know, a bad marriage, a terrible divorce, horrible blended stories, and then I was able to rise from that. So I can't stop now. It's just it's impossible, and it wouldn't be fair to what I know the universe and the Most High has in store for my life. It just wouldn't be fair for me to stop now because I'm just getting started. So
right.
that's it. You know, it doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but you come too far to stop now. And that's what I tell myself when I'm ready to give up, because that happens. It happens. Even today with this broadcast being a little janky or whatever, I was like, oh my goodness, but you done come too far to stop now. So keep pushing. Yeah.
Wow, that is so good. So where can ladies find you if they want to find you on the internet or social media? How can they get in contact with you?
Sure. So my blog, All Things Black Love and Lifestyle, is www.natorious.com. And I am Natorious everywhere on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest. I am at Natorious. And my Black Lives Matter shirts are bit.ly/Black Lives Matter. And you can find that all on Natorious.com. Even if you want a coaching session, if you're looking for anything, if you just want to send me an email, you can find me on those platforms. Natorious everywhere.
Awesome. And that's NAETORIOUS.com. So
correct.
Yes. We gotta make sure they can find you. NAE, y'all. Okay.
That's right. Natorious. NAE. Right.
So I thank you so much for being patient while we try to work through the technology. I'm inspired. Now when I think of you, I'm going to think of Harriet.
That's right.
That
I actually did a live broadcast on Periscope. I'm going to try to find it and put it up on my Facebook fan page again, because it's good. You know, people don't know the story. And I wrote about it on Natorious.com. So if you go to the search and put in Harriet Tubman, you can read about it too. But yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Through you freezing and me freezing, we still had a great time, and I appreciate it so much. I'm looking forward to everything that you have in store, sis. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. You helped me be great. Trust and believe. Let me tell you something. I have to give her this shout out. I was dealing with some fear maybe about a week or so ago, and I did a Facebook post about it for, to be transparent. And my phone rings at 7 a.m. and she was on the other line, like, what's going on? What's going on? Let's talk. And we talked for about 45 minutes. It was almost an hour. And she helped me talk through it, walk through it. And by the end of the day, I moved forward through that fear. I did it afraid. So I thank you. That's what Tribe is all about. Is people who was, they won't laugh in what you're going through, but they're going to say, okay, girl, I got one arm, somebody else, you get the other arm, and let's get this chick through. So I really appreciate our relationship. I appreciate, your support. I love everything you're doing.
Thank you.
And so I'm honored that you said yes to be a part of this MOMpreneur series. It is near and dear to my heart. It is growing, and at the end, I'll have a major announcement at the end of this whole series that ends. Actually, we go all the way through May 31st.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really excited about different things that are coming out of this project. And so thank you again, and we will see you all. I will do a recap tomorrow night of everybody that I had this week. And I will make sure I will have their their website. So I'll be posting their website so that you can connect with the people that I've interviewed. And then next week we are going full and strong the whole entire week, Monday through Thursday. There will be a lot more moms for you to learn from. I'm sorry, we have one more mom tonight. We have Ari Squires. She's at 9 o'clock. And her movie just came out. She produced a movie, yes, she did, called No More Chains, and it is on tour. So I'm really excited to have Ari Squires tonight. So make sure you guys tune back in tonight on Let's Chat with Tanya Barnett at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that you can hear from Ari Squires.
All right.
All right, sis. Talk to you later.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.